Now that respect has been established, it's time for part two of safe and easy horsemanship. The second step of the method is connection. Since we've removed the aggressive nature of the horse, it's time to start drawing her to me. This is where our positions get reversed. I become the leader and her the follower. At this point, she's kind of in limbo. She doesn't know what to expect. I'm still driving her, but with less pressure. I'm giving her more opportunity to slow down and start thinking. This time as I draw away from her as though to turn her, something different happens. After she looks at me with both eyes, I turn my back and walk away. At first she just stands there and looks at me with a puzzled look on her face. This time I approach her with my hands down and my eyes down. As I walk around her side, I want her to turn and face me. Since she doesn't, I gently drive her away. She can't decide what to think. She doesn't know if she wants to be aggressive or submissive. I'll just drive her a little more until I'm in a good position to try it again. She decided to move away from me, but there's a positive sign. She's now more relaxed than she was a little while ago. This time when she stops to look at me, she bends her neck and she's not as braced as she was before. Even though she's more relaxed now, she shakes her head, showing some signs of frustration. I have to put her back to work so that she knows that's the wrong answer. She stops quickly this time and faces me directly. She's now standing still. Stopping before any negative reaction and walking away was part of my plan. I'm using the approach and retreat technique. Each time I approach, I get closer, but I always stop before she has a negative reaction. I never, ever reach out with my hands. All that's going to do is push her away. What I want is for her to reach out to me. As I get even closer to her, I not only keep my hands down, but I tip my head down and stop looking at her. I try to be as unthreatening as possible. I stop and stand about a foot away from her nose. I wait there until she reaches out to me. I already know that in time, she's going to reach out and sniff my hands. This is how she reassures herself that I'm safe to be near. Once she does this, I know that I've made significant progress. I move her around the pen one more time just to give her a chance to think about everything. I do it lightly enough that she'll start thinking it's all right to stop and face me again. This time I approach her without retreating. This time I stand in front of her a little bit longer, but I still never reach out to touch her. When I feel we're connected, I turn and walk away. After she follows me for several feet and follows me as I make a turn, I stop and face her with my hands down and my eyes down. I let her reach out to me. The position we're in right now is very important. From now on, this position is going to be her good spot. Every time her and I are in this position, she is going to feel good. This is where I'll take her to in the future when I want her to relax. This is the first time I've reached out to touch her. Notice that it was on her shoulder and not on her nose like most people do. The shoulder is probably the least sensitive spot on a horse. I touched her only one time, not too hard and not too soft, not giving her a chance for any negative reaction. After taking several more steps, I stop and face her and take her back to her good place. I want her to feel like every time we do this, everything is all right. We continue with the same routine. Every time she moves her feet, it helps to release any anxiety she may have. Then when I bring her back to her good place, she understands that that's the place to relax. When I touch her again, it's in the same place, and it's for a little bit longer. I've still had no physical connection with ropes or halters, and the safe and easy method has brought this mare to a whole new level in her life, without any drama and very little risk to the horse or the human. After I've touched her, it's important to continue the procedure, again to release any anxiety brought on by my touching her. Every time I touch her, it's for a longer period of time than the previous touching. Taking her near the grass is going to be the ultimate test. In the beginning, she was far more interested in the grass than she was in me. It does prove to be a distraction. I remind her of our relationship by moving her a little bit, and after a few steps, I back away and her attention comes back to me. I put her in her good spot again and begin touching her. She is reminded that this was a good thing. Now she's chosen our relationship over the grass. We've now completed the second part of the method. Next we'll be going to relaxation, trust, and softening.